Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Let's Talk It Out. This is Francesca. We have Lisa.
Hello.
And two great special guests that we're going to introduce to you very soon. But you might have recognized them since the last year, but we will see because we have news from them. So, but that said, I want to first off thanks. Yeah, news. We want news. We want news from them. But anyways, none of this would be possible without our great sponsors. So first off, thank you so much, Nettoyage Diamant. Thank you. So whatever is your needs, like residential, commercial, big space, small space, after a party, before a party, after a wedding,
square space,
a crazy wedding, everywhere. So you can call them, you can reach out to them, and they're gonna take care of you and make it like a diamant. Indeed. So their number is 514-686-1581. So please contact them. They're amazing. Also great people to talk with, very available. So take your time, call them, and have your house or whatever clean, which is very important. Second sponsor is Richard Photography. And here, guys, literally awesome. Everything from glamour, cosplay, your wedding, you want to just surprise your boyfriend, girlfriend with a nice shooting, why not? You know, you just can call him. And I mean, it's artistic photography, but also you can use him, you can use his services for many other things, whatever is your need. Thank you so much for being one of our sponsors and supporting us. And your number is 514-923-3168. So call him. He's a great guy as well. So thank you.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome, guys. Our sponsors are all awesome. I love everybody's awesome.
Awesomeness.
Everything is
awesome.
That Lego
awesome.
movie really
Awesomeness.
sponsored by the Lego movie as well.
I didn't do that. They're so awesome. Why not? So thank you, France.
Thank you, Lisa.
I love it. I love it. You're like so eloquent. Like I want to clean my house now. Not me personally, but I want them to clean.
No,
my
I
house.
really want to clean actually my house because you guys cannot see it, but we are like stuck in it's a dirty honey, and I'm quoting a very great band, by the way. But anyways, yeah, this is a dirty honey situation, you know. But I love it, and not really. So thank you. So cool. Someone cool.
She loves her filth.
Cool the nettoyage diamant for me, please.
Then take a picture with Richard Babb.
Yeah, exactly. I can take a picture first with him and then
and
send
after.
to Nettoyage Diamant, and then after. See, we
Yeah.
connected the two
We connected the
sponsors.
dots there. That was really good, and I'm bad in math. And
Yeah.
we connected. Is that a dot thing?
No.
No.
There's no dots in math.
Flat as a
whatsoever.
card.
No.
I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, boy.
It's
We
been a long night.
confuse you, Lisa, often.
It does
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
We always I mean,
start
like
with
me
an
and
intro
Michelle,
here,
so-
and last year was flat as a crouton. This year is dots math.
It's crazy,
I don't
man.
know. It just pops out on its own.
It's fine.
I don't plan it. Honestly.
That makes sense.
Okay, so everybody, welcome back. Thanks, France. So we have two special guests, guys. You've seen them already. You know who they are, and if you don't, you're in bad shape, people. You gotta know who they are.
And
They-
go check them out again.
Yes, you have to check them out, and you're checking them out now, which is great because you're checking out the show, which means you're checking us out.
But not
and
in a
you are-
creepy way, though.
Yeah,
No,
like
not
in
in
a
a
Don't check
normal
us
way.
out.
Not
in a
stalking.
normal, like,
Yeah.
hey, those are two human.
Yeah, like don't be weirded. Like don't weird us out, people. Okay, because yeah. So we have the pleasure to introduce Michelle Dominique and Abby Stonehouse.
Yes, hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
So beautiful to have
Thank
you
you for
here,
having
guys.
us.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
thanks for
again, guys.
having
I
us.
remember last year when we did it. It was so fun. Francesca, now that
I
you're here, I'm
wasn't there,
excited.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you're here because
Where
now
were you last year? What?
I think
Where
in
the hell
Quebec
were
Ci-
you?
In Quebec City.
We needed you.
In Quebec, no, you didn't.
No,
But
we
it was so fun to actually watch you guys having that
Oh, yeah.
podcast. Finally had the chance to see it actually like a spectator, 100%. And it was really, really fun. It was
Yeah. Oh,
great.
I'm glad you
Also,
enjoyed
after
it.
the pandemic, we did really need like
Yeah.
some good laughs, some good mood, you know, some good
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah.
And what you did and doing, like, is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Don't be coy.
They're like, hey, yeah, we did it.
our business is to bring some happy to some people. So that's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
I love it. So what is this happy that you're bringing? Let us know.
Okay. I mean, Michelle and I have a production company called Comedy on Demand. Used to be known as Lawn Laughs. It started the first summer of the pandemic in 2020, where we couldn't gather, we couldn't go out to bars, or all of that was limited. So we started going to people with tech and stand-up comedians and putting on private comedy shows. So Lawn Laughs kickstarted that summer, and we've been at it ever since. This is our third summer going. We've expanded.
Fantastic.
It's now Comedy on Demand. We still have Lawn Laughs that we go into people's backyards, and then we have Lounge Laughs that small businesses, big businesses can hire us for private comedy shows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking and I'm
So it was last fall that we kind of we transitioned from Lawn Laughs into Comedy on Demand. So Comedy on Demand has like two wings essentially. So there's Lawn Laughs, which is the backyard shows, like Abby said, and then Lounge Laughs, which is like anything else essentially.
anything.
I like the
So we partnered up with the Pearson Educational Foundation, which was the school board, and so we got to do shows for them all of this past school year, which was great.
Yeah.
Cool.
So shows of that nature where it's kind of like companies or organizations, and like we did the Beaconsfield Golf Club last week, and like we're hoping to get more of that kind of thing going during the winter
so
when you
it's
can't go to a
year round
backyard.
and not just seasonal.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
So that's the goal with expanding, is like making it more accessible to everybody all the time.
That's fantastic. And what kind, like, you put together the show,
Yeah.
and what type, like, do you guys change? So it's like,
Yeah, so we kind of pull from the Montreal, like the scene of Montreal comedians, or otherwise, traveling comedians. But it's typically the Anglophone scene. We don't really produce shows in French. Sorry.
don't worry, my French
get it,
sucks,
get
so-
it.
The lineups will rotate pretty much every show. So
Every show we talk to the client, we see what kind of show they want. Sometimes they're particular in the type of comedy they're
certain
looking
requirements,
for.
yeah.
And we sort of match the client to the comedians that we
yeah,
have in our
clean,
rotation.
dirty,
I love
depending on what people want.
Some shows they like cleaner, and some shows they're just like give it to
Love it.
us.
Tell us,
Oh,
yeah.
Lovely.
we like,
Utilize us.
so we have like we know the comedy scene quite well at this
Yeah.
point. I've been in the scene for about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And I do comedy, so we know the comedians very well, and we choose from
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
I have one question. Were you probably like, okay, after I'll ask you. Sorry.
Wow, the suspense is killing me.
Suspense, I know.
You want a rum and coke?
I gotta calm
Oh
down.
my god, a rum and coke would be great actually. We don't have
Yeah, Vanny.
Oh, I should have. This was a BYOB. You should have told her.
I wasn't even sure. I just
it. I remember there
We'll be
was
fine.
no actually now. You were at one show at Comedy Pro, I remember,
Yeah.
and you asked some question because you were about to put together your podcast.
Yeah.
I remember you were asking.
was
It
at
was at the
Rosebud
Acast.
Baker's,
At the
yeah.
Acast.
Yeah.
I think I was at the Acast podcast.
podcast.
Podcast. Podcast show.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
the
but you
Acast
talk.
show?
You talk.
Okay.
You talk.
Well,
you made some questions.
So there was I went to see a live podcast recording with Rosebud Baker and Andy Hayes. They're married. They have a show called Find Your Beach. So I went there.
I think you asked some question at the
they
end.
talked to the audience, and I talked to them about comedy and
Yeah,
and
I
stuff like
remember.
that.
I remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was there too, so it was cool. Now I remember because we have some news from them, and one of this is actually that you guys are putting together a podcast.
Yes, tell us.
You.
Tell us.
Yeah,
Abby,
you.
tell us.
Yeah, not me.
That's my newest project right now is a podcast called House of Stone. So yeah.
Wow!
Nice.
And can you give us like just a little bit of background? On
Yeah,
that?
so I mean it's just kicking off. Michelle was my first guest.
Ah.
Yeah.
Have you
it
autograph
just-
after?
Yes.
the first episode came out on Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's available on audio right now. It'll be available on video and audio moving forward. I got funding for this podcast from the Conseil des Arts et Lettres Québec.
Fantastic.
It's to make it fully accessible. I live with moderate hearing loss, so this type of art is never really accessible for people like me or people with more severe hearing loss or
Okay.
deaf. So the video content that are coming out is going to be fully accessible to them.
Oh, that's fantastic!
great.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's
that's
very
great.
Oh my
It's a great project.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, guys, tell us, In terms of being a comedian, can you be funny on stage? Is it learned? Is it innate?
Yeah, exactly.
To answer your first question, can you be funny on stage?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
impossible.
Well, that
I think
wraps it
maybe. I think
I
it's
love it.
case by case a little bit, honestly. Like, so I studied theater, and I remember there were people like when we all started. You know, everybody in my program at that year. There were people who were naturally more talented and people who were maybe not as good naturally. And then by the end of the 3-year program, you find like there are people who put in the work and people who coast on their natural talent. And at one point, putting in the work does make the difference.
Yeah.
So it's very much case by case. You know, you're born with, you get what you get, and then how much work do you put in, you know?
You practice it, yeah.
Exactly.
That's it.
Comedy's a little different, right? Like some people are never going to be funny.
Yeah.
They're just never going to get it. But
Yeah,
I
but
think
there's
probably
definitely
most people.
there's definitely people with very natural talent.
Yeah.
They're just like their confidence, their charisma, their joke writing is all there, and they just have to do kind of the time and the practice.
Yeah,
but
for
then
sure.
you see people that come up, new, and they're kind of rough around the edges, but then they get better.
They surpass, even the people who were more naturally inclined because they made more effort.
But how do you know in terms of your shows?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you had discussed like who you choose
Yeah.
for which
Right.
show.
Yeah.
How do you know, let's say, how much is too much, or how do you know in the audience who to pick on, let's say, and how do you know that
okay.
they're going to give you that feedback?
You don't.
you don't.
It's a little prayer.
Yeah.
Oh God, please don't kill me tonight.
Yeah, I find especially with lawn laughs is that like you go to these private residences and these people's backyards, you never know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Or like if you go to a venue downtown, there's usually a similar group of people that come out to these shows, so you kind of know, even though sometimes it's
Yeah, plus I mean the lawn laugh shows are like people are a lot more likely to interact with you, whereas
Yeah,
like at a
that's very
different
true.
show, the idea is not necessarily to interact
Yeah.
with the audience. Like if it comes up, it does, or if
Yeah.
somebody wants to seek
Yeah.
out something from the audience, they can. But like the disposition would be that you wouldn't interact with the audience
Yeah.
typically, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that that's the case
yeah,
most of
it's
the
true.
time.
Lawn laughs, like our private show, these lawn laughs, like
Yeah.
there's definitely a lot more interaction, but that's fun
Totally.
for the comedian and for the audience
Yeah.
because you're in your home,
For
you're like
sure.
you're with your family, your friends.
You're
And like
You're
you
more
get a
relaxed.
sense of like who, especially
Yeah.
at the lawn laughs shows, like who's talking back to the comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever is
Yeah.
doing that is
Yeah.
inviting a certain amount of like being picked on, right?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
you just
Yeah.
set your own
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
They're
And
not
what is-
sitting. They're not sitting like next door.
Yeah,
listening
exactly.
They're
Like
really
if you don't want to be
in
talked
front of
to, you sit in the back and you
Yeah.
don't say anything.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I do. I don't want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you, leave me alone.
And what's the aspect that is most challenging when you go, like when you're up on stage?
What is the most challenging thing?
Like in general, or
yeah, in general. Like, what's the thing like you've seen, like in comedians, but by also for yourself, like
Yeah.
that is when you talk with the other comedians and
Like the
and
most-
then you said,
sure.
that is really the thing. Like,
I don't know if
think
there's something that's
like
like the most
specific, yeah.
challenging. I think as English Montreal stand-up comedians, I find I hear a lot of complaints about like a lot of times us comedians are trying to get more stage time, so we're putting together shows on our own. We're producing on our own.
Okay.
I mean, we produce lawn laughs and. But a lot of times it's learning how to market yourself and promote yourself.
Yeah, like off stage.
Yeah, off stage. Like,
on
a lot of the people that they just want to be on stage. That's the easy part. That's the fun part.
You have the
hard
stage and you
part is
just go.
getting an
Yeah.
audience and getting people to like you, like off stage. Like promote yourself and make
Yeah.
content on social media.
That's the thing.
Get a
Social
following.
media nowadays,
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
so much. It's like a whole other thing you got to
Yeah.
do.
it's for everything, though. Unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
it's
say
not
put
my
it out,
angle.
put it out. You'll be visible. Yeah,
Yeah.
me and like a million other people. So you have
Yeah.
to
It's
find
very
something
competitive.
that
Plus,
singles
it's
you
like I
out,
like
right?
stand up. I don't like Instagram. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's probably the roughest part.
Yeah, the social media thing.
Yeah.
right? And it's like you have those comments and you're like, oh, you're funny. Where can I find you? I'm plastered everywhere, and you're asking me where you can find
Yeah,
me. Like
yeah.
that's it's kind of makes
Yeah.
it a little
I mean,
bit
you're
more
just not part
challenging.
of their algorithm, so you're just like,
Yeah.
here's where you find
Yeah,
me, and
exactly.
so and
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
then they'll
Facebook,
see you
sure.
more. So
Yeah, Facebook picks and chooses, and it's unfortunate they don't pick and choose
Exactly.
us. They pick and choose some guy
you
in
know,
like I don't
it's
know.
like you can
Indonesia.
pay to advertise, but then it's like everyone can pay to advertise, and you just end up
Yeah.
in the same thing
Yeah.
where like everyone pays, and then you're all
Yeah.
just you're exactly where you were. If you,
It's not very democratic.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you have
It's
$2
all
million
bullshit.
to put in ads, like, I mean,
Yeah.
you can, rent Club Soda or wherever
Yeah,
and then just
exactly.
pay people to come and see you.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean you can
for
do
2 shows and then,
Yeah.
from there.
that. Yeah,
Hopefully.
exactly.
That's it.
You fake it.
Tell us one of your best shows and one of your most disturbing, maybe most difficult show that you've
like
had.
as a producers or
Both.
Oh,
You put your phone on Michelle, sorry.
You can avoid names if you
I
want.
think,
let's go
like-
with the Westmount show.
There you go.
For Lawn Laughs.
Okay,
That was the weirdest thing ever.
The lounge laughs a couple weeks ago.
No,
We'll
like
say-
last summer or 2 summers ago, when the
Oh.
crowd was like silent the whole time.
Oh my God.
My
Really?
Lord.
When we did the show, it was like I don't remember what street it was on. I'm not gonna give you the address, but
Yeah.
we did a Lawn Laughs, and the crowd like just they didn't make any noise.
Westmount. Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking
They didn't
West
make a
Island,
damn
and then yeah. So
sound.
we got hired by this very
Family,
lovely couple.
yeah.
It was the man's birthday.
Yeah,
the
they were
husband's
nice people.
birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Very lovely. We show up and we set up, and then it was a group of about like 10, 15 people.
It was like a
a
smaller
small
group,
It was
yeah,
a smaller show
for
for us.
sure.
And so the comedians went up. They did their thing. It was as if they hated us.
Crickets. They couldn't.
There was
They
no
hated us.
laughter.
But then the
at
next
all.
day, they emailed us and they were like, "This was the highlight of our lives."
Yeah,
It was
they
like,
Totally know that feeling. I totally know that feeling.
couldn't
Yeah,
laugh.
They
Like,
loved us. It was just they didn't express
They didn't
joy
know-
through
yeah.
laughing,
Yeah.
It
which is
shouldn't be
weird
terrible,
for a
like, to
stand-up
keep
comedy
continuing
show.
without
it's
any
brutal.
feedback,
Of course,
no?
it's brutal. Yeah.
It's
for
the
sure.
toughest. It happens. I think it happened to me about a month ago. I was playing at it was a wedding. Nothing
Yeah.
crazy, and
Yeah.
I thought they were dead. I thought they were
Yeah.
zombies. Like, what
Yeah.
on earth is they?
And
they
sometimes with
hate
like,
us.
the
They're
lights
not,
in your eyes, you can't
know-
see them, and you're like, "Are they there?"
Right? No one's, there's like 3 people dancing. You're like, oh my god, I want to
Yeah.
kill myself right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
Wrap it up.
I'm used to it. I've been doing it for long enough to say that, you know what? I've had this experience before.
Yeah.
If they're not telling you you suck or throwing
Yeah.
a tomato,
Yeah.
they're just taking it in. They're not wild people. You
Especially
know?
with music, it's like it must be much harder to tell if they're enjoying it because they
It's
don't have to
hard.
respond. They don't have to respond.
Yeah, they don't have to
Yeah.
respond.
They can just
right?
hear, you know?
But
Yeah.
you know, but then, like you said, they
Yeah.
call you the next day. Oh my God, you guys
Yeah,
were amazing. I was
wow.
like,
Yeah.
oh my
Exactly.
God!
You're like,
Imagine
thank
if
you
it
for
was-
That would be
nothing.
fun.
imagine if you guys gave us a little something. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have
Yeah.
been better. but-
Any encouragement at
Yeah.
all.
But it
But
must
even
be.
it's in the moment, it's kind of discouraging, and you're packing up. You're like, okay, but
Yeah,
like
it's awkward, yeah.
Yeah, Michelle and I have done it for a while. It's like, no, we know that these comedians deliver.
Like they did their thing.
Consistently, they
You know,
know.
it wasn't.
There's a problem there, and it's not us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the type,
It was
type
so
of thing.
weird. My gosh, it was so strange.
Yeah, that
I
was
don't know what
definitely
the
a
best
weird
Lawn
one.
Laughs was.
Best
the best
Lawn Laughs?
show.
For me, but you weren't
Oh,
there,
yeah.
unfortunately, because you were traveling. I did a Lawn Laughs in my hometown, so like I'm
yeah.
not from Montreal, so we went out to my
It was your
hometown.
Sister, right?
Yeah,
okay.
my sister has a big backyard, and she hired us, and she invited like basically everyone that lived in that town. This is a very
Where's this?
very small town. It's in Howick, Quebec.
Where?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. How it?
Howick, Quebec.
Howick.
Yes. Yeah. So it's
I
about
knew- wow.
southeast of Montreal, about an hour away from here, and
It's like not that far from Ormstown, I guess, right?
it's right near Ormstown. So
okay.
like it's on the way to Ormstown. You go to Ormstown, then there's Huntington, and so it's right after Saint Martin. It's out there. It's
Okay.
very small.
So far, I still
Yeah,
don't know.
it's out
I still
there,
don't
I
know
promise.
any one of those.
I'm
places.
lost.
There's no reason, like I can
Township.
say
Or
where
no,
it
it's
is,
not
what
East-
town. There's
I don't even
no
know where
reason.
it
There's
is.
not one reason for you to go there. There's like there's
know, it's
there's
nice.
not a tourist attraction. There's nothing to see.
like it there.
Is there a
If you
waterfall
wanted
or
to see a
something?
cow,
I
that
enjoy
would
it.
happen, but it's not. It's nothing. There's cows and then my parents. That's it. That you don't need to see anything else. So
Well,
yes, we
it's
did.
where the person who started Long Laughs comes from.
That's
right?
true.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Now
I
it's
mean,
worth
I
something.
am the town now. Like I
You were
they
featured
will
in the local
rename
paper.
that town Abbey.
You're exporting
yeah.
the town
Abbey Road?
everywhere.
That, I mean, since that show, that's all that town's been talking about is Abbey Stonehouse, the famous stand-up comedian.
You know, she's out in Montreal doing
yeah,
her thing.
yeah.
She's making it big in the big city.
In the big city. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
That's funny. Wow, sorry.
So like one of the best shows that I've experienced is just because my sentimental attachment to it.
Sure.
Is because like I went out there with comedians and tech and so many people came. Like I didn't expect like so many people to come. And then
The town has never
because
seen
it's
that many
Howick,
people.
like they don't do anything. I don't know. Like I
Don't go out.
have such a warped perspective. Like I turned 18 and I got the fuck out of there. So I don't so yeah, so I went and I closed the show and it was amazing. It was fantastic. It felt so good. But I went out there I did material that was not clean at all and I'm like I'm going to scare these people, which is kind of mean, but they loved it. Yeah,
When
it was
that?
good.
It was like
It
end of
really
May
good.
or something.
Pardon?
It was like end of May.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the beginning of June.
Oh yeah.
Or like,
oh,
it was-
I got back like
yeah,
that
the week
day.
after,
No, I
yeah.
got back that
The
day.
next day,
But it was
yeah.
because I was supposed to.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be back.
Yeah.
And then I skipped out early and I came home, but then I was
Yeah.
like too tired. So I missed the best show ever apparently.
Yeah, it was really good. One of the comedians, Ben, who we work with all
Yeah.
the time, Ben Cardili. He like at the end of the show, he's like, "This was one of the good ones," and I was like, "Yeah, I know."
They're all good ones.
I know. And I mean, one of the other like really cool highlights this year was we did we did shows for the Lester B. Pearson Educational Foundation, and the last show of their series of shows, they hired The Damn Truth to come, and so they sold tickets for the start was the comedy show, and then The Damn Truth closed the night, and that was really cool to be on The Damn Truth's stage, and then and then them just like continue the night. That was really cool. Yeah.
So
Nice, so
neat. Oh
awesome.
my god.
Yeah.
So Michelle, you had no favorite?
I don't know.
I was
I
good in
was,
all of them. I was in all.
I don't know. I can't like they're all the same. No, they're all great is the thing. Other than that one that was bad, but like
Yeah.
but even
Yeah.
so it was great.
The first one was pretty special too.
The
'cause
first
we-
one was special. I
Yeah.
like the one where the neighbors came over to complain. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember which one it was, but they came over and then we
always a
had
neighbor.
Darren Henwood is a comedian that we often work with, and he's Scottish, so he swears quite a lot.
He swears and he's very
and he was up
boisterous.
there like you know
Yeah.
cunt this cunt that and like the neighbors were like not thrilled and so they came over to us, but it was just like the comedians are standing in the driveway, like they're the front lines of anything that happens.
Yeah.
And they're not exactly like the most like
No.
they don't care.
No.
So the neighbors came over to the guy who had been hosting the show, I think it was Quinn,
Yeah.
and they were complaining, but it was like it was going to the wrong guy. Like he was just like, I hear you, yeah, I get it. And it did not make
Yeah.
it past Quinn.
Yeah. So yeah, Quinn is not the producer. Quinn is not
He's just
owner
like,
of the
yeah,
home.
you know.
He's just like
He pretended to be another neighbor, also there, upset
God,
about
that's
Oh, that was so cool.
yeah, yeah.
That was amazing. That was a fun show, though. Those
Yeah,
people
I
were a
mean,
lot of fun.
they were just like, our kids are outside. How long is this gonna be? I
yeah,
think that's type.
yeah.
that
It was like it was genuine concern. I get it. You know,
Yes,
I get it. But
yeah.
it was just like, yeah, they didn't come into the backyard to
Yeah.
inform anybody who would
Yeah.
have been able to do anything. So, but that was a great show. Those people
Yeah,
were a lot of fun.
we told.
That's not why it was my favorite show.
Yeah.
It was just,
And you
that's how I
got
mark it.
future bits out of that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Something to,
We
That was a
told
fun
the
one, though.
the person that hired us, like the homeowner
Yeah, and
or the
didn't-
host.
she wasn't-
They
she
were
like,
like,
"Fuck
oh,
'em."
they were like, they didn't care. I'm like, okay.
She didn't care at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Must be Italian.
Probably. Could be. Might be. But in order to be like that funny and to put together a show, okay, because if you look from outside, it could seem, it's easier, you go
Sure.
there, you have some things
it's
to say, it's your opinion. But what is the preparation behind?
Oh gosh.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean,
there's
as a
this charismatic
as a
thing
producer or
also?
like comedian, so there's a whole level of producing that you have to like promote yourself, which is a whole. You have to
Yeah.
be a marketing expert, but
Yeah,
like
business
marketing.
marketing. It's
and
like not
it-
even comedy. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah, which
it's all
is like
business.
not what we
Is
want.
there math?
Yeah,
no math. Don't
basically.
worry.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of math.
So there's marketing, there's promotion, there's like you have to talk to the client and figure like
Yeah.
so there's a lot of like back end work towards it. Like there's
sure.
you know for
Like,
one
skills
show
that
I'm
are-
sure there's like hours of just like
Yeah.
just going like just working on it and then like picking up the equipment and getting it organized and then going setting it up.
Yeah.
Even though our setup is quite simple compared to like a music show, it's just a speaker and mic.
speaker and a mic.
But it's still like
Still
you
work.
still
Yeah,
there's
do
still
all that.
coordinating
like
involved.
advertising is a
Exactly.
whole thing that
You
we've
got to
been
get a plug, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
behind like a piece of furniture or whatever.
Yeah.
There's always something.
Yeah, exactly.
struggle.
And then it's booking the comedians too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
their
never know.
availability
Like
for
sometimes you
the
take a
time.
chance and like you book someone and they don't doesn't go so well and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a bad reflection on us and like
Yeah.
there's a lot to like factor in. And of course you're not always gonna get it right. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
you take
Yeah.
you put it together and it doesn't come out exactly as you
We've
hoped,
learned a
but-
lot. Like this is the third summer. We've learned a lot. And
Yeah.
I feel really
Yeah.
confident on
The
what
long
we
laughs,
do
I
now.
feel like we can do it in our sleep. Like
yeah, exactly.
That's so
Yeah.
nice.
it's
Yeah.
really nice, yeah.
Oh my God, it's so much fun.
And for
I'd
you
say
to
this
be on
time.
stage?
Yeah,
God. So much more.
it's so yeah. It's
Do you have
so
2-hour
much more.
podcast?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean my artist process. It sounds so pretentious. But
But
like
it is.
yeah, well, yeah,
Not
it is.
pretentious.
Yeah, it is.
Not
You're very
pretentious, but it's the artist process. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. So like, I mean, every comedian has her own way. I definitely start by like just jotting down ideas and then writing the joke out and then trying it on stage. I try the joke out at an open mic. That's kind of like
okay.
less pressure and like I would never do fresh material at like a pro show or like a lawn laugh show because I know that they hired us for like a pro show. So it's like I go on stage at least 4 or 5 times a week just to
Oh,
like
wow.
just to work the material I have and then try new material.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's like it's a full-time job basically.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there's a balance you strike because like we obviously have our other projects and jobs and stuff, but it can be a full-time and like mentally consuming.
That's the thing. It's like
a
it's
process.
emotionally and
Yeah.
psychologically
Yeah.
taxing.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Is like
Yeah.
for me, like if I have a show at, you know, let's say I have a show today, for example, it's like my whole day. I'm gonna be like thinking about it and like
Yeah, for
there'll
sure.
be emotional highs and lows all
Yeah.
day, and then when
Yeah.
right up until the minute where you're like,
Yeah.
and then the second the show starts, I don't care at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever
Yeah.
happens. But right up until then, it's just like my whole day is consumed by like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this mental kind of like, you know, you're thinking about it, you're working it out, you're trying it, and like if you're doing a lot of new stuff, like
Yeah.
the whole day, you're like, I'm a loser, I'm a loser.
Yeah.
And then you're not, then you're great. So
Yeah.
And what's
you are
the
great.
feeling on stage?
depends on how it's going.
Yeah, but when you
One
go,
of two.
when you go
Very well.
on stage, the moment you're there, you said everything.
Oh, for me,
passed by,
everything.
was just
Yeah,
like-
I think for me, even if it's
Excitement,
going
like-
badly, like I so don't care at that point. Like I already know what I'm there to do. I've
Yeah.
already spent all the energy I'm gonna spend on this. So then you just show up and like no matter what's happening. It's sometimes if it's not going as you expected, it will throw you off. So you'll be
Yeah.
like unexpectedly kind of disoriented. But
Yeah.
typically it's like if it's going even if it's just going fine,
Yeah.
it's so fun. It's
Yeah.
just like you're riding it,
Oh,
you're having
yeah.
you in the crowd,
It's
you're
the
there,
best
you're having
feeling
the
in the
best
world
time
when
ever.
you're like connected.
It's
with-
amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
when you're
nothing like
connected
it.
with
Nothing
the
like
crowd.
it. Yeah.
And I mean, this comes with practice, but if you're not doing well on
Yeah.
stage and the crowd's just like, you know, giving you nothing,
Yeah.
then like with practice, you know, to just breathe and just like kind of
Totally, you're not gonna get like thrown off.
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah.
sometimes it's like you end up doing better because it's almost funny
Yeah.
that you're not funny.
Yeah. It's I see like newer comedians a lot. Like they'll be trying new material. They're very new to the stand-up scene in general, and they get so tense when they're not doing
Oh
well.
yeah, and that ruins it. If you tell the audience in any way that it's not going as you planned,
they're like,
gone.
okay, then
They're out.
bye,
They don't
bye,
trust
and
you.
they
They don't
tune
wanna
out.
be
They're
there.
like, okay, let's go get another drink.
Really?
Like no matter what's going
gotta
on,
fake
you
your
have to be like,
confidence.
I'm gonna lead the room wherever, even if it's straight to hell.
That's it. Like third dodge now.
Wow, so cool.
What is is there a secret, let's say, for you to,
Alcohol.
Yeah, honestly,
besides the obvious, is there a secret that when you present, let's say, an everyday thing, okay? Is there a secret that you have that you present that specific everyday topic and you make it funny?
Wait, what's the question? Sorry.
You have let's say an everyday thing.
Yeah,
Buying shoes. Okay?
Yeah.
And you're trying to make that funny.
Yeah,
I think you can make anything funny.
You can
Really?
I think you could do. I mean, anything at all.
Yeah.
Is there a secret behind that, or you just like
I don't
stand there
know.
and say, "I tied my shoes"?
I don't
people
think
just
there
like
is
crack up.
like
Oh,
one
no,
formula.
it's like I don't
for
know how to
any-
tie shoes, and I'm 32 years old, so.
I wouldn't say there's a formula for any one
Yeah.
thing.
So if you
Like,
see
have
something
to
right
work it
now
out.
here,
Yeah.
what could be funny? Well, so many things.
Funny, funny, get up.
Too many better not to say. Okay, yeah, let's keep to the other question. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's true. I guess it's because I know a lot of people will probably say, you know, that you have to have a script, let's say, to know where you're going.
Case by case, right? Like I'm like some people are more, word for word oriented. It also depends on the style of your comedy. Like if your jokes are very, word oriented, it is crucial that you get it out the way that you wrote it. And then other people are more story based. Like for me, I can kind of just like ramble on. And, like if I don't hit it exactly, I may
it's
still get there.
Yeah,
I may not get there, but case by case. But yeah, it's very much like there's no one formula. It really just depends on like who you are and then how you express yourself,
Yeah.
and then whether or not people pick up on it.
yeah, that's true.
Comedians that like are so funny and they're literally talking about nothing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the one that hit like that I'm thinking of is Daniel Karen in the scene.
Oh my
He'll just talk about going to the doctors and just his.
It's like he'll barely say anything.
He'll
almost.
barely say
Seinfeld?
anything,
Isn't
and
that
I'm laughing.
what
Yeah,
Seinfeld
almost.
became?
Yeah.
Simple. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just something. It's just funny. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, it's the person, it's the content, what they're saying,
And some people,
the
it's
order,
more the person, and other
Yeah.
people, it's more the content. Like
like it's the cadence, like the rhythm that they're saying things in that sort of like catch people like off guard, or so there's a whole different way of doing it. It's hard to say like, okay, this is the formula.
Yeah,
if
there's
we knew the
definitely no
formula, then
formula.
everyone could
Everyone
do
would
it.
do it.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
Yeah.
So how do you know who to choose to be part of your team? You're mentioning Quinn. You mentioned several people. How do you know? Or you just say you?
Well, no, Michelle and I are both comedians, so we do shows with these people all the
So
time.
we see them all the time.
Yeah,
So we know
we've
their
worked
jokes.
with them for
we know,
years.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of comedians that we trust, and so we hire them. And it's also like with their schedule and everything like that
For
too
sure.
that we have to balance out. So that's how we choose, and we try to get like a mix of different styles of comedians
sure.
too.
And of course, if somebody's like, I want a dirty show or I want a clean show, like
You
we
know
know,
what
like
Yeah.
we're not gonna hire this person,
Yeah.
we're gonna hire this person. That will
Yeah.
factor in hugely. Or if there's like gonna be a kid present or whatever,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, who's really nice?
yeah.
How many dirty comedians do you have? Be honest.
Oh, all of them could be dirty.
lot of them could,
It's
yeah.
Very few that can be clean.
That's the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not like, it's not like they're all filthy or whatever, but like as far as like
Why
if somebody
not?
wants if somebody wants a very clean show, it's harder to go very clean than it is to go very
100%.
dirty.
Definitely. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
It's nice
Yeah.
when people don't have any requirements. We're like, we'll just do
Yeah.
our thing and
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's nice.
Laugh or don't laugh. Just
Exactly.
let us know tomorrow.
we were,
Email us.
Yeah. Well, we were hired by an organization that really, really wanted a clean show, like an hour clean, and
Oh my
like
gosh, that was
basically a list
wild.
of things you could not say.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So that was tough, but it worked out beautifully.
Yeah.
We got 3 comedians, and
Yeah, that worked out
yeah.
great. And
And it could have
when
been
we showed up that
not
night, we were
good.
like, wow, they weren't kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Clean. And like
Yeah.
we were worried about the people that we had. We were like, even them,
Yeah.
we don't know if that's gonna be good enough. But
Yeah.
they adapted so well. Like you could just like they
They're
yeah,
professionals
they really made
like
Exactly. They could
we hired like
see,
the
you know.
top professionals, and we gave them like
You lost money, but whatever. No, it is tough. I find
it's
it
tough.
becomes handcuffs, right?
For sure, for sure. But you don't want to
Sometimes-
like not work with people because they have certain requirements.
Well, exactly.
But there
right?
would I think there would be. I could picture a scenario wherein we would have to turn down a show if their requirements were too strict, because I can't have people like rewriting all of their
all the-
material.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I can't
Hire a
go
clown.
to a
Like-
comedian. I can't go to a comedian and be like, that joke. This is how you have to say it, because
And
they're
we've
gonna be
had
like,
people-
no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've
Well,
had people who have been like, "Can you send us the material of your comedians?" And
But
it's
no.
like, we cannot do that. That is not an option.
Yeah.
We can't show you what they
Yeah.
do so
Yeah.
that you can edit it before they get. Like, we can, we'll hear you out, but we can't
Yeah.
go that hard. Like, that's just not. You're infringing on. It's like you're not hiring somebody to draw
Yeah.
something for you. Like, the work's done.
Yeah.
It's,
Go get a magician or something.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly. Like, it's,
Even a magician, like he told a
Somebody who
magician,
does
you cannot
balloons,
do
you know?
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure, like his
Sure.
his
Yeah.
repertoire.
What happens
is
to us, right? They give us like a bride or a groom or a corporate will say, "Oh, give us your song list," and we try to be nice. Yeah, here, check it out. We have hundreds of songs, but then they're like,
not
"Oh, the
this,
ones in
not
red you
this."
can't play." I'm like,
Yeah.
It's
like, okay,
where are you going? There's 40
Then
songs.
hire
You didn't
somebody
take
else.
away- if you tell me I hate Cyndi Lauper, okay, I won't play Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you take out 40 songs out of my repertoire, I mean,
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
and
then
for
what
a
are you
comedian,
supposed
it's
to
even
do?
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They spent
Exactly.
years
You're just
writing
repeating
these
the
songs.
same
Exactly. And it's like offensive, a little bit. It's like, all right, like, don't worry, we got this.
I also think it's just a level that, I mean, a lot of people don't know stand-up
thing.
comedy
If you're not
that
plugged in, you
well.
don't
They're like,
know.
oh, I've been to like a Just for Laugh show once, so you don't really know the ins and outs of the
That's the
production
thing.
behind
You don't
it.
realize
Yeah.
how much you're asking.
Yeah. So, so I don't know. But we've had clients that come back over and over again just because they're like, they trust us and
Yeah.
they know that they're gonna have a great time. So like once you like learn how we kind of function or
Yeah,
how
for
how the
sure.
comedy scene sort of works, it's just like, oh yeah, okay, then
Yeah,
for sure.
you feel more confident, like moving
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even word of mouth too, I think. If
Yeah,
you have
it's out-
somebody
it's
saying,
outside.
"Oh,
Oh, yeah,
hire
absolutely.
this gang because they're fantastic," so
Yeah.
people are gonna have confidence if it's a friend or
Yeah,
family member,
exactly.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Especially like especially as an actor, as a musician, as a producer, or as a comedian as well. I mean, it's hard.
For
This is
sure.
a business
And this is your
that
credibility as
saturated.
people,
And there's only
verbally
so much
confirming it.
word of mouth that can help you along. So any
exactly.
little bit helps,
For sure.
So how did you guys know that comedy was your thing?
It's not my thing.
I just stand there.
I don't know
and
why
the
I'm
people
here.
That's funny.
I mean, I became just a fan years ago. I've said this story before, that like I started listening to a podcast and became a big fan of this one comedian, Pete Holmes, and so I started just to consume like everything that he put out. And one of his podcasts talks about comedy and how like that whole like art. And like how the people's writing process is, how stand-up comedy is, like how people like craft their jokes on stage, and I just got obsessed with it. And then I started writing down my jokes, and then I became friends with this aspiring stand-up comedian, and he was gonna go on stage for the first time, so I just decided to do it with him, and then I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
And, Michelle, I just
Yeah, I actually don't like stand-up. I know
always
it
hated
sounds like a
it,
joke,
and-
but it's the truth. Like I don't watch it. I don't care about it. I like it well enough, but I don't have like some story where I'm like, oh yeah, like I loved so and so. I really don't follow it. I studied theater, so I always liked performing in general. And now as I get older, I actually think I like it less than I did. But I like laughing with people. I don't know. I like having a good time, and I like being like the person who's leading the way on that. So I enjoy I think it's just that. I just like I just like laughing with people, and so I enjoy stand up for
Michelle's
that
one of
reason.
like the
Like,
most naturally funny humans on this planet. On this planet. So like I see how she got into it.
Yeah, I do like
because
doing
of
it.
the
I love
theater
doing it.
background. Like you learn how to perform.
Yeah, that
and
helps a
then-
lot, like technically.
Yeah.
Like I notice sometimes people starting stand up and they don't have a performance performative background, and obviously
they get on stage
fine.
and they don't like.
But there's a lot of things that is like you don't realize that how you're coming across, like your body language, you're closed off, or you're not loud enough, or you're not articulating. Like there are many things that are just technical that you would come to know over time. But that's why you also have to watch yourself and like record yourself and listen to yourself and like hate yourself and right up until you maybe don't hate yourself. Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot that goes into it, but I do enjoy it. I'm mostly kidding, but I don't watch it.
But I would say, like, here in Montreal, there's a big scene. Like, I didn't know that because I moved from Italy, so I got really impressed about all what's around the comedy shows, besides just for laughing, whatever. But still, besides that, it's a really ongoing thing. So, what are your thoughts on this scene, and what is, in your opinion, what could be done to make it better, if so, if it's already working like that? I mean,
well, I think the French scene, obviously in Montreal, is huge. Like it's huge. It's prominent. They sell out shows. The English scene strong. They're very strong. There's a lot of us, but it seems to be a little bit lower key.
Okay.
Like there's less shows. But we're slowly building up. So
there's a lot going on now compared to what before the pandemic. Since the pandemic, it's really kind of
I think
flourishing.
Before the pandemic, there was like maybe like one show a night. Now there's 3 shows a night in the English scene. So it's crazy how much it's grown.
It is tough to say though. I think because like, as much as it has grown, I would be hard pressed to believe that it could grow that much more with the language laws. I think I would say that that's going to be problematic moving forward.
I mean,
even just
we've been to other cities, and I see like the scene being
just
so
vibrant.
much more saturated and I mean, we were in Austin in April, and the scene is huge. Like there's so many people trying to do comedy there. It's a huge scene there. Yet there's so many shows, so it feels like you can do so much more stage time.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot more I find, or what I've noticed is that in that scene, like I mean, I only saw one perspective. I was at open mics, so it seemed that like the open micers there were a lot like more amateur than the open micers that we're seeing here. Like the open micers we're seeing here are more pros. Because
they just don't have
we don't have other stage time available for us. So every city is different, and I only have a small perspective of it. But I would love for it to like grow more and to have more shows available to everyone, and English comedians coming to us more and more. I mean, we do have the festival here.
Like comedians get to a certain point and then they move to Toronto, or they move to another city because there's just more going on there. There's only so much you can do.
There are more opportunities, variety, different stages.
Quick question. A friend of mine is a comedian, and he mentioned this to me, and I just want to know: is this a reality that the French comedians get paid a lot more?
Oh yeah.
So okay, so it's like a thing.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Oh, 100%. Like it's
much.
Like I'm helping put a show together in September. We're doing a French show and an English show, and
like paying the French comedians more.
And what?
Are you paying the French comedians more than
No, I'm paying them the same. I'm paying them the same, but I had like it's for a not-for-profit.
Yeah.
So like I was like, hey, the French comedians are gonna expect this. I'm not paying my English comedians that. So like they had to like raise my budget.
Like, we need to talk.
I want to see their contract.
So it is a thing.
I want to see more demand. I mean, the scene is so much more.
That's true. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's different. When
is it the demand that it, like that's what it is?
I think so, because like if you don't want to pay a French comic, they'll go somewhere else and they will get paid, right? So at this point, it's just kind of grown into something where the expectation is different. Like if you don't want to pay me, I'll show up. If you don't want to pay someone else, they got other.
Okay, I'll come for that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I charge 1,000.
All right, relax.
I only got 500. I'll be there. Yeah.
Oh my God. So we also
That's
have.
also why Abby and I like our company is because we're trying to curate like an opportunities for English comedians to get paid
That's
well.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's
You know, so that's like
important.
what we do is like we
Yeah.
prioritize like
Yeah.
paying our comedians like the right amount. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're very proud of.
Yeah.
That seems to be
Yeah.
a big problem
Yeah.
for all kind of artists, huh? It's
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
it's
in
Yeah.
Montreal,
Yeah.
it's across the board, I would
For
think.
sure.
It's across
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
board.
especially
Actually,
English.
I was speaking to, I guess, a producer, actor, and he came from the States. And he said, Montreal is just, Quebec is just another world. I'm like, you think? Really? Yes, especially in the arts, in acting and film.
For sure.
It's just a complete departure from what a regular actor would be. And it's very hard for English actors
Exactly.
to get a job
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's predominantly French.
Exactly.
So everybody's in Toronto, they're in Vancouver, they're
Yeah.
in Calgary.
And
they're,
at
you
one
know,
point
in
it would have been
States.
Montreal, but you know,
Exactly.
unfortunately.
Fortunately not, but maybe
make
not
the
for
choices
them.
you
We
make.
don't know.
Well,
So
we have a game.
we have a game, but I have a
game.
question for you girls. Fast,
Okay.
fast, before we hit the game.
Okay.
This is an out-of-the-box question. Yes, I know, Vanny, but hang on. Cake or pie? Be specific, and why?
Oh, there's also the rhyme, which makes it rhyme.
I'm a rhymer.
I
You need a rhymer.
I don't think I've really had pie.
But what's the difference
I
between
can't
a
really
cake and a
think of a
pie?
time
Is it?
that I
Isn't it the same?
Cream. No?
Crust, maybe?
I don't know. It's
I
made
don't
with flour. No,
You don't know,
I
you
pie's
don't know
made
what
with
a,
flour
are you
too.
saying you don't know what a pie
I know what a
is?
pie is, but like the technical difference between a pie and a cake, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pies are fruity.
Yeah.
Or no, some of them are
strictly
sugary.
speaking.
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
crust.
But a pie,
Shut-
a
well,
pie
I
is
think
a
the
cake.
crust. I believe it would be the
I
crust,
don't know. I
right?
like cake. I'm a cake guy. I would go with cake.
Yeah.
Is it cake? Is
Because
it?
I think of
Hold
pie, I
on,
think
a
of
nice
like,
banana cream pie. Oh yeah.
I'm a pizza
No.
girl.
Don't.
so-
You know, you said that.
Pizza's not dessert.
Oh yeah.
It could be a dessert too. You put
Well,
some
people whip
Nutella on
cream
top.
Okay,
so.
yeah, I see.
I don't know.
I 100% will say cake all day long.
Yeah.
Like icing,
Yeah,
get
cake.
the fuck out of here. You're not getting icing on a pie.
That's true.
Like,
You know what? That would be my
Yeah.
difference as well. is
Yeah.
icing.
And plus,
Yeah,
like you can
cake.
get like cupcakes. Those are just mini cakes that you put in
You
your
can get
purse
mini
and
pies.
Yeah.
whenever you want it. Yeah.
But yeah, no cake.
You just Cool Whip that asshole, and that's it. Everything is Cool Whip. The little cans.
Yeah.
That's
Cool Whip is not the same as icing.
It's
No,
true. I like
Cool Whip.
fondant.
Really, you're the exception to the rule. I
I
think.
love sugar, like the
But
fondant,
people
and
typically
it melts
don't
in
like
your
that.
mouth. I love that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. No. That,
Not all the
that's-
time though, because then
Not all the
I get a
time,
bit
okay.
worried.
Sometimes,
Too much sugar. I'm already loopy, but I don't need that much sugar. Anyways, but we also have a game. Vanya, are you going to read the questions?
If you pay me.
Oh wow.
Come and read
All right,
the
he's learning.
Underpaid
He's learning.
artist. It's an underpaid artist.
Organization.
I'm joining your organization. There you go.
All right, we're not hiring.
All
I think I have
right.
$5 in my purse.
So, I mean, let's explain the game. The game is called
Rapid Response.
Response.
Oh shit.
So it's basically I'm
this
gonna
is-
ask a question.
My brain
And-
doesn't work that fast.
My
but
brain
let's-
doesn't
let's-
work
That's
Neither
why
does
it's-
ours. We don't even get through a question, I'll tell
Okay.
you.
That's
Okay.
why it's funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Scared.
So, just to give you an example, I'll ask the question for Francesca and Lisa, and then you guys will get the second question.
I've been doing
Okay.
this game for so long.
But I might
hate
switch it around.
Okay.
Because now, like Lisa, I'm gonna say how it is. She writes these questions.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I'm
So
gonna
it's
have
very
to switch it
easier.
out.
Exactly.
So you know,
It's
Honestly,
easier.
it takes me
You've been
longer.
pondering for days.
You know what? I
Yes.
write it in the morning, and then I totally like, oh my god, what am I going to answer? What am I? And then I completely forget. So when the question's
Good.
asked, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Sure.
But I'm
That's
gonna
what
switch
she
it up.
says,
I'm gonna
yeah.
switch it up. So that-
Oh,
yeah,
He has his
yeah,
own
yeah.
questions, all right?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
wait
knows
till
who
your
you are.
podcast is on, Van.
So Francesca and Lisa,
Payback's a bitch.
name 3 things you keep moist.
Holy shit.
Francesca first.
Oh, dangerous question.
Moist
No, it's not. We want to hear the
Moist
answer.
is morbida, no?
Yes,
Yes, morbid.
yes.
Yeah.
Translation, see?
And
That's
it-
why
Defined moist.
Shit.
A little wet.
shit,
No.
shit.
Yes, we keep our shit moist.
It's important for the health of the gut.
Yeah.
Definitely out of the box.
See how it works, this
Okay,
game?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's crazy.
Probiotic.
Then three-
Moist,
Yeah,
eh?
3 things that.
dogs that the dog's food has to be moist.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then my feet has to be moist
feet has
because
to
it's
be
important.
moist.
Yeah, I
Moist
think I wanna-
feet.
Like
Yeah,
moisturizing
like
your
morbid,
feet. Right?
morbid.
Oh,
you know?
I don't like the idea of like moist
Like
feet, but like I can.
moisturized. How do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
say?
exactly.
Like,
Okay.
I don't think he moist as in wet.
I'm just
Yeah, like
being
actively
moist is
wet.
like in
Yeah.
Currently
kind of
wet.
moisturized. Currently.
My feet always seem to be wet.
We could go so many places. Whatever.
All right.
Some people have.
I don't know how I
fetishes.
come up with these questions. You know, that was only 2.
No,
She's
three.
embarrassed. She's like,
Go ahead.
Dog food, feet.
And
Oh,
poop.
oh, well,
And
there-
poop.
Poop has to
Oh.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Poop's
Well, it
a
says
weird one, I guess.
Do you
name
moisten
3
them?
things you keep moist.
I
I don't know if
keep
you. I wouldn't
moist.
want to
What
keep
am
it
I
moist
keeping
because it
moist?
gets.
I don't know. I don't have the answer.
All right, Lisa.
What do I keep moist? My wet wipes?
What?
Oh,
Wet
your
wipes.
wet wipes.
Ah,
Yeah,
they
see,
have to
she
be
thought
kept-
about it. You can tell.
Huh?
Yeah.
You can tell you thought about
While she was going through it, and I was like, what do I have that's moist?
it. What else?
Oh, that came out wrong. Okay, so wet wipes. My like if a plate is crusted with like day old food, I water it so it becomes
Water.
moist.
Water
your plates.
Detaches.
Nice.
It's like an English
That's
lesson.
fair.
Yeah.
Soak.
Soak.
Yeah.
I say moist.
I moisten my plates.
That's it.
And the third?
And what else do I moisten? Is that a word, moisten?
It is.
I don't know. My earth for my plants.
Yeah, that was the first one I thought of. Like,
I was like,
then like contact lenses.
No,
Like,
yeah. See, that was good.
that's
See?
all I got. Though.
Okay.
See, it took me long. I didn't think about it.
All right, so
not
the
rapid.
next one, you guys, are you ready? I don't know who
I'm
wants to go
not
first.
ready. I refuse to be ready. We
Who's
have to do
going
this.
first, Michelle or Abby?
What do you mean first? Are we both answering them?
Yeah,
This,
but
this question is for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever.
No, but it's each
Yeah.
one. Like
I don't know.
Francesca and I
Oh,
answered.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll just
Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
We'll just see what happens.
Name 3 words that sound dirty but are not.
Oh,
my
pussy. Dick.
No, but it's well, that's pretty dirty. That's pretty hardcore.
But,
that sound
Richard.
dirty that are not.
Yeah.
yeah.
but
Oh,
pussies
that are not.
That are
are
not.
Oh,
Moist,
I didn't hear
moist.
the last part.
Pussy's dirty?
She's going through them pretty quick. Kind of like, what the
Pussy's
heck?
pretty much known to be a little dirty. I mean,
Yeah.
could be clean, but
But sound.
Now I know who the
dirty,
dirty
but are
comedians
not.
are. Okay.
That's a hard
Moist
one,
is
Lisa.
dirty. Moist is
Moist
a
is
dirty.
dirty.
You see?
Many
Yeah.
things.
Moist. I don't know, like tight.
Tight.
Tight
is a good
tight
one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay,
Tight.
tight's a good one. Pound.
Slurpee.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that's a good one.
Pound. That's a really good
That's
one.
a good one. You're getting too
Also,
excited.
choke.
Cho-
That's true. Choke, slap,
Gag.
finger.
Gag.
There we go.
You just go in that one direction.
Oh my God, weenus.
Uranus.
That's a
Uranus
that's a
is
made
a
up
planet.
word.
No, literally, skin of your elbows.
I know that, but that's not true. It's not. The,
Oh,
like,
is it?
was some TV show that said it like this is your weenus, but it's not actually.
Is it really not true?
Yeah, it's really.
Oh,
not.
wow.
Oh dang!
What
You just
is
crushed
weenus?
my
Either way,
hopes.
we got through it.
That's what my
Uranus.
joke.
It is a dirty word.
Uranus. Uranus is a
Lapicate.
planet.
True.
It's a planet.
And yeah.
Originally called, I think, George.
Oh yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
What? It was
Uranus
named
was
after like King
originally
George
called
or something.
I'm
and it was
lost.
called,
Okay.
It was called George.
I have to
and
go
they
and pay a
changed
visit
it.
to George. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Okay, Lisa and Francesca, name 3 things that you scratch.
Why does my brain keep doing
Francesca,
bad
you
things
go
to me?
first.
My dog's back. My back.
What the hell you scratch? Okay, yeah,
I'll
it can
try
happen.
sometimes.
It can happen.
And what else do I scratch? The
Someone-
plate when they're crusted. My head.
Your head? You
Your
scratch.
head.
My head.
Oh yeah, you scratch.
Yeah,
that's
I
for sure.
had some suggestion from the back of the.
The plate when they're crusted. I was like, I don't know.
You never know what happened in this kitchen, which is like super small. You don't want to know.
I'm afraid.
Lisa?
What do I scratch? A chalkboard?
Ugh.
Oh, why would you do that?
Theo, why?
Why?
Because it's just screamed
I'm
in
just-
the
Yeah.
microphone.
I'm just disturbed. My nose.
You scratch your nose?
Yes. And what else do I scratch? A scratchy.
A what?
Huh?
What are you, a cat?
Scratchy.
I don't-
Oh, a
a scratch
scratch
ticket. A
A
ticket.
scratch
Scratch
ticket.
ticket.
A scratch shit.
So today we have 2 made-up words: a
Yeah.
weenus and a scratchy.
No one on this planet has ever called a scratch ticket.
Scratchy.
A scratchy? What is this? Isn't there
I
a nickname
agree
for
with
those?
A scratch ticket.
Yeah. You scratch it.
Yeah.
I think there's like a one-word version of that. People are like, I don't know. Fuck it.
Maybe it's a scratchy. And
I have no idea.
Yeah.
In my sets, the loser
never-
tickets all the time.
Okay, who are we at? We're okay. Michelle and Abby.
Okay.
Name. Well, this one's gonna get dirty. Name 3 things
no
you do at a bachelorette party.
3 things. Sorry, what?
That you do at a bachelorette party.
You
Fuck a stripper.
That's the big one that encompasses all 3.
yeah. You drink.
You smoke.
You smoke. You do Molly, I guess.
Yes.
Like, why would you not do MDMA? You also cry because you're like, why is my
Cry.
friend having a bachelorette party? This is the worst situation I've ever been in.
You annoy a lot of people in public.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You scream. "Woo!" Please don't have a bachelor. Do not invite me to a bachelorette party ever.
She said,
Because you're the
I
screamer,
say it on
or 'cause
record.
you're
I
gonna
will.
be
I
will not come unless I'm drugged. I will not
You will
come.
not.
Well, that's where the Molly comes in.
Yeah. Exactly.
You say you will not come.
I will not. I will
That's
not.
a good
go.
thing. sorry. That's, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, Lisa and Francesca, name 3 things that you do at a bachelor party.
At a bachelor? I've never been to a
Bachelorette
bachelor
party.
Bachelor party. You break
Keep
up
it
the
going
wedding.
now that they
At a
said so many
bachelor.
answers.
That was it? Never mind. What?
Name 3 things that I'm asking you the same question because they've
that
already
we are
asked.
doing or not
that
doing?
you do at a bachelor party.
A bachelor party?
Bachelorette.
Bachelor parties with
Bachelorette.
men.
Bachelorette.
What do I do at bachelorette parties?
A striptease, you watch like this man get
Yeah, you
naked.
watch.
It's
Yeah.
so boring and
Yeah.
stupid. They're
You
also
cheat on
stupid. Like,
Yeah.
it's not sexy at all,
Yeah.
by the
Is
way.
it not sexy? I don't know.
No,
I
not
would say
really.
it's not sexy at all either. Yeah.
You got drunk. That is funny.
Yeah, the drunkenness is there.
Yeah, the drunkenness sit there, and then you.
It's just like
laugh
really long for
crazily.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the certain part is terrible. When you have all this picture after,
Yeah.
which everybody like with the makeup down.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's terrible, no? And then you would
Yeah.
like to remember that like it's a beautiful moment, but it's actually awful.
I really, yeah, it's true. I really don't
Yeah,
understand
so
the
I
point of the
associate
Bachelorette.
with her like
Yeah.
don't ever invite me.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
no,
I don't know. I
want,
find it
like-
an awkward situation. They say, "Oh, it'll be
I've
fun.
never
It's all
been to
girls," but it's
one.
weird. You have one woman with a tiara and a sash across her,
That's
going,
true, eh?
getting married, and it's
Yeah.
like,
I saw a friend of mine got tied to a pole naked.
Wow.
Downtown.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
they tied him, and he's getting married. All he had was the sign on
My
his penis. It was a cardboard sign that said "getting married," and he was they left him there for
oh
hours.
my god.
I swear to God.
That is hilarious.
But that is fantastic. That is
That is fantastic.
awesome.
That's crazy.
I find the bachelor parties are probably worse than the bachelorettes. 'cause
I
yes, we
will, I
were
will
sure.
say
They
yes.
stay
We got
prim and
Ray here.
proper.
I would imagine he would agree with me. Yes.
Yes, you know what?
Yep.
I
You
went
have
to
a
bachelorette.
So I have to plead the fifth. So.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
not true.
And then I know some bachelorettes. Well, bachelorettes. I know some people who got married, bachelorette, whatever.
There's still bachelor.
Yeah, it's an
Forever.
ongoing thing. No, they actually go to strip joints.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's where you.
female strip joints.
Really?
Oh, the
Yeah,
women go to
the
women.
women go to women's strip joints.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Let
Yeah.
me know.
I've seen it. It was crazy.
It's yeah, I know, and
I've
the
also never seen 4 girls run out of a bar fast.
but it's like when they say let's go to a strip joint, you're like all
okay.
gung ho and oh my god, where are we going? What the fuck did you bring me? Then you have the woman coming up to you going, "Would you like a lap dance?" Get the, I'm gonna bitch slap you.
Oh my god!
Oh my God.
I feel like the female strip clubs are probably more fun.
I've never been to a strip club, so I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
I don't-
Is
I
that
just-
like
I don't
not
care.
like they? I feel like there. I don't even know if there's a male strip club anymore. They used
closed
to be.
in
They
Not that I
closed
know
it.
of.
There's the one.
So there was like
One,
it wasn't.
I didn't know that there was
in
one.
big demand. So I can't imagine the
Yeah.
dancers being good at the
The import
281.
dancers from other strip
So I
Yeah,
want
the two-
like
the
if I
282, whatever.
281.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
closed.
281.
Closed.
They closed.
Yeah, they closed it.
Yeah.
I guess they couldn't find very many male dancers.
If
Yeah.
I am going to a strip club, I want quality dancing, and I think like
professional.
I want-
Break
want-
it to a waltz.
professional dancing.
Dirty dancing all the
I
way.
want a choreographed thing. I don't want some.
I want Magic
Flying
Mike with
penis.
fucking.
See?
Magic
Yeah.
Peanuts
Mike.
everywhere.
See?
So like, I feel like you'll get that from a female strip club. Like just the quality of stripping.
I suppose it depends on where you go.
I
Yeah,
guess.
Quality.
I guess.
Yeah, it depends too.
the quality. Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen a couple not quality. Anyhow, okay.
Not
Next question. Francesca and no, you know what? I'm gonna.
We just answered.
No, I know because I asked
the
you the
same-
same question. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm
Then
switching
you
the
ask
questions
that.
around, Lisa.
No,
You
that-
would, Vanny.
I am. So,
You can't even do that right.
Michelle and Abby, name 3 things you do in Vegas, or 3 things to do in Vegas.
What's-
Wait, I didn't hear the question.
Cocaine.
Name 3
things
things
that-
to do in Vegas.
In Vegas.
Yeah. I
Hoover
can name you
Dam?
100.
You said
Cocaine. Play the
gamble.
slots. Yeah.
gamble. You see
Take a picture
Elvis.
with one of those fucking ladies. with the thing.
Yeah.
Big feathers.
Yeah. You see Elvis. You get married.
You get married.
Yeah.
That's a. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, you have to get
You
married.
have to.
And you go to a strip club.
What did I do when I was in Vegas? I was alone. In
I don't
Vegas.
remember.
Remember
What,
happened
what
in
in Vegas stays in
Vegas.
Vegas.
I don't remember what I
I
did.
went in 2012. Let me tell you,
The
that's true.
The Hangover was that was the movie. The Hangover.
No, I-
God, I laughed so much.
I love
That's
like
a great
the
movie,
first
actually.
one,
Yeah, I like
like
it.
I laughed like there was no tomorrow.
You steal a cop's
Like I
car,
never
you-
laughed so
You have
much.
a-
It
you have
was
a
on the
tiger in your
airplane,
room.
Yeah.
and I was like,
funny.
laughing. Everybody
That's a
was like,
funny movie. I love that movie.
that one. That is like
It's so
unbelievable.
funny.
Unbelievable. Unbelievably funny.
When I went, I took a picture with that little hedgehog there. What's his name? Sonic.
Sonic.
Came up to me and he's like, he just grabbed me to take a picture. I'm like, ooh, this fucker better get away from me, man. I'm serious. Then there was Batman, where I was like, we're improving. Yeah. Then some guy in some Speedo, yellow. I was like, oh God. What the
Okay.
hell? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrible. It was
To
terrible.
end it off, everyone's gonna answer this one.
Okay.
Name 3. Name 3 nicknames you've been called.
Tank. My best friend calls me Tank. I don't know why.
Frank.
I love
Tank,
that.
Taco,
I know 2 that.
and Pebbles. I got called Pebbles
Aw,
when I
it's
was
so
in there. Well, my real last name is St. Pierre, so Dominique is my middle name, and then I had a math teacher who called me Pebbles because Pierre, whatever.
Nice.
Bubbly. I've been
Oh,
called that.
cute.
Yeah, I've been called bubbly. I've been called bro a lot. Don't know what that says, says about me. So bro, and a lot of people call me Abigail, even though that's like a long version of Abby, and it's not my name. My name is not Abigail.
One time I messaged Abby at 3 in the morning and I said, "Is Abby short for Abatha?"
Yeah,
I have no idea.
absolutely not. No one is named Abatha.
That was 2 tequilas and 6
I have no
cognacs
idea what
later.
happened.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
After 10 years knowing each other, that's who I am. Hey, by the way.
It's surprising how many people will ask me whether my real name is Abigail or Abatha. Only one person has asked me that, and it's
fun.
it's
not
short,
that.
It's not
It's
short
not.
for anything. It's Abby is my name. Yeah.
Beautiful name.
And
Francesca?
we love it. Okay. Rosha, because my hair original red.
it's original
So,
red.
Yes. Dark
Really?
red, yeah, but they're originally red.
I had
wow.
no idea.
Rosha.
Okay.
So for years. Then I was called Shakira for a period because there was a moment when Shakira came out that I loved dancing.
Yeah.
So I was dancing like crazy and that time trying to do all her moves. And so my friends were like, Shakira
Kira.
Okay.
and Google. It was Google. Yeah.
Nice.
Because when we are on vacation, I used to go with my friends on vacation. I'm the one who actually take contacts with the locals, find the bar that's in, the good gig, the good
nice.
clubs,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
good rest, to
So
become friends
don't
with
ask
everybody.
Google, ask Francesca.
So I was like
funny.
Google, so people were kind of like, "Hey Google, where we going?" So it's more Siri. The new version is nice Siri. Hey Siri,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you could be like,
Lisa.
Yep.
My nickname, well, Mona Lisa and the Cult Jam. I really don't understand why. Lisutsa and Pickle.
Pickle. That's
Pickle.
nice.
It's always
I like
good.
that.
Pickle.
I'm not going anywhere with that.
It's true. I really don't understand why it
You
was
were
called
caught
Pickle.
by your teacher or something.
No, it was actually in high school. They called me Pickle, and I really didn't understand. I'm like, I don't eat
You
pickles.
didn't
It's
ask?
salt.
I would be like, I need to know
I would need to
everything.
know. If someone started calling me
Yeah.
Pickle, I'd be like, all right, we got to talk about this.
We need to-
It's not okay.
Like gherkins, is that it? Well, you know what's funny? My daughter calls her friend Lettuce.
Nice.
A lettuce.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
why is that? She goes, I don't know. That's great.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I have a
okay.
friend who calls me bread, and I call him basket, and I don't know how that happened. It's Phil.
All right. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I got the signal from Vanny that it's actually done, guys.
Yes.
It was
Already.
fast and lovely.
I was fast and so
Thank
much
you for
fun. Oh
having
my
us.
God. Thank you guys for coming, Michelle.
Thank you so
Abby.
much.
I hope
This
you're
was
going to come
great.
again next time, which is
Yeah.
next week. So
Oh,
We're gonna have them every time.
busy.
Every time we're gonna have them.
like,
You're
no,
now resident
Just
here.
once a year. Once a year.
once a year, yeah, we'll recycle once a year.
Guys,
And,
where
as-
do we find? Sorry,
Yes,
where do we
what do we
give
Yeah.
your
Oh,
Sure.
We're
Find your
contact.
chicks?
Contact.
like contact info?
Yeah,
I think
so
this
you
is
can
important.
you can learn more about Comedy on Demand or Lawn Laughs on comedyondemandlive.com. If you search on Facebook, Comedy on Demand or Lawn Laughs, you'll find us. You can find me at abbypstone_MTL on all social media platforms or my website, abbystonehouse.com.
Sweet.
All of the same.
Plus,
Minus the personal stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Just Comedy on Demand.
Call her and
Live.com.
I'll be there.
Yeah, it's fine. That'll do.
I always do this to her when we get an
It's always
interview. I
when I'm
just like,
she
bleh, and
says
then,
the
like,
Comedy on Demand stuff and then her personal Instagram or whatever, and then I'm like, I don't actually want to give my personal Instagram. You'll find me or you won't. Like, that's not. I'm not selling that. So.
All right.
Contact Abby, she'll
Yeah,
contact me.
yeah. Well, my people, her people, we'll figure it out.
yeah.
and a special thanks always goes to our sponsor, Nettoyage Diamant and Richard Bob Photography. So these guys are amazing. Two different things. One is a photographer, the other one is a cleaning. Just to make it clear. But anyways, both fantastic, both amazing. And we're going to give them again their phone number if you want to contact them. So Nettoyage Diamant is 514-686-1581. And Richard Bob Photography is 514-923-3168.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thanks for a
you.
great night and tuning in. And like you always do.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.